Let's talk Chia. Hey, guys! Rachel here. Let's talk about a little breakfast game changer that is going to make your mornings so much easier and, dare I say, so much yummier. We're talking about chia seed pudding. If you've been seeing this stuff all over social media, in fancy cafes, or maybe your super healthy friend won't stop talking about it, there's a good reason. This stuff is not only delicious, but it's also packed with goodness and is ridiculously easy to make. I mean, if you can stir, you can make this pudding. It's the kind of recipe you'll wonder how you ever lived without. It's a total win-win. So, what's the big deal with these tiny little seeds? Well, let me tell you, they are little powerhouses. Chia seeds are loaded with fiber, which is great for keeping you full and happy all morning long. No more tummy rumbles before lunchtime. They're also packed with omega-3 fatty acids. Those are the good fats your brain loves. And a surprising amount of protein. Think of them as tiny little energy boosters. When you add them to liquid, something magical happens. They plump up and create this amazing, thick, creamy, pudding-like texture. It's kitchen science, and it's so cool. The best part about this whole chia pudding thing, it's a set it and forget it kind of deal. You can whip it up the night before in like 2 minutes flat. Seriously, it takes less time than brushing your teeth. Then you pop it in the fridge, and when you wake up, boom! A gorgeous, ready-to-eat breakfast is waiting for you. All right, let's gather our team. You are not going to believe how simple this is. First up, the star of the show, chia seeds. You can find these little black or white seeds in almost any grocery store now, usually in the health food aisle or near the grains and nuts. You'll need about 3 to 4 tablespoons for a single serving. Next, you need your liquid. This is where you can start having fun. Any kind of milk works beautifully here. Regular dairy milk, almond milk, coconut milk, oat milk, you name it, it'll work. You'll need about 1 cup. Next on our list is a little bit of sweetness. This is totally optional, but a touch of something sweet really brings it all together. My go-to is a little drizzle of pure maple syrup, maybe a tablespoon or so. It adds that perfect, cozy flavor. And finally, a splash of vanilla extract. Just a little half teaspoon of vanilla makes everything taste richer and more like a real dessert. Now for the equipment. Don't worry, you don't need any fancy gadgets or gizmos for this one. All you need is a jar with a lid. A simple mason jar is perfect because you can mix, store, and eat all from the same container. Less cleanup? Yes, please. And the only other tool you need is something to stir with. A spoon, a fork, or my personal favorite, a tiny little whisk. Okay, let's do this. Grab your jar. This is going to be so fast you'll laugh. First, pour your liquid into the jar. We're using 1 cup of milk. I'm using almond milk today because I love that nutty flavor, but you use whatever makes you happy. Next, add your sweetener. I'm going in with about a tablespoon of that delicious maple syrup. Then that little splash of vanilla extract for that extra yum factor. Give that a quick little stir just to get the flavors acquainted with each other. It's like a little party starting in your jar. Now, for our main event, the chia seeds. Go ahead and dump those 3 or 4 tablespoons of chia seeds right into the liquid. This next step is the most important one, so listen up. You need to stir, stir, stir. Or if you're using a jar with a tight-fitting lid, you can just put the lid on and shake it like you're mixing a fancy drink. Shake it for a good 15 to 20 seconds. You want to make sure every single one of those little seeds gets coated in the liquid. This is the key to avoiding clumps and getting that perfectly smooth, creamy pudding. Here's a little pro tip from me to you. After you give it that first good mix, let it sit on the counter for about 5 or 10 minutes. Then give it one more good stir or shake. Once you've given it that final stir, screw the lid on tight and pop that jar right into the refrigerator. Now, you just walk away. The chia seeds and the fridge will do all the work for you. You need to let it set for at least 4 hours, but honestly, overnight is best. Alright, so you've mastered the basic vanilla maple pudding. Delish, right? But now it's time to have some real fun and take a trip to Flavor Town. This recipe is your playground. Think of that basic pudding as your starting point, and now you can add all sorts of yummy things to change it up. Are you a chocoholic like me? Easy. Just add a tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder to your milk mixture before you add the chia seeds. Whisk it in really well, and you'll have a rich, decadent chocolate chia pudding. It's like having dessert for breakfast, but it's healthy. Feeling fruity? You can blend your milk with a handful of berries, like strawberries or raspberries, before you add the chia seeds. This will give you a beautifully colored and naturally sweet pudding. A little bit of mango puree or a spoonful of unsweetened applesauce stirred in also works wonders. Another one of my favorites is adding a little bit of spice. A sprinkle of cinnamon or a pinch of nutmeg can make your pudding taste like a cozy, warm hug. For a pumpkin spice vibe in the fall, add a spoonful of pumpkin puree and a dash of pumpkin pie spice. How good does that sound? Let's talk texture. If you like your pudding extra thick and creamy, you can do a couple of things. First, you can simply add an extra tablespoon of chia seeds, or for a super luxe version, use canned coconut milk, the full-fat kind. It makes the pudding unbelievably rich and satisfying. Breakfast, lunch, or snack time. So you wake up, you open the fridge, and there it is. Your perfect, jiggly, glorious chia seed pudding. It's delicious on its own, but the toppings are where you can really let your personality shine. Toppings add flavor, texture, and even more nutrients. My number one go-to is always fresh fruit. A handful of fresh blueberries, some sliced strawberries, or juicy raspberries add a burst of freshness and color. Sliced bananas, peaches, or kiwi are also fantastic. Next, let's add some crunch. Texture is so important. A sprinkle of your favorite granola or some toasted nuts like almonds, walnuts, or pecans adds a satisfying crunch that contrasts so well with the creamy pudding. Toasted coconut flakes are another one of my favorites. They make it feel so tropical. For an extra boost of nutrition, you can sprinkle on some hemp hearts, pumpkin seeds, or even a few more dry chia seeds right on top. Don't forget a little drizzle of something extra. A spoonful of your favorite nut butter, like almond or peanut butter, melting down the sides is just divine. It adds healthy fats and protein to keep you full even longer. A little swirl of honey or maple syrup on top can add a touch more sweetness if you have a sweet tooth. Or how about a dollop of Greek yogurt or coconut yogurt for some extra creaminess and a tangy kick? See? You can build your perfect bowl every single time, and it never has to be the same twice. So there you have it, my friends. Chia seed pudding is your secret weapon for a quick, healthy, and incredibly versatile meal. It's not just for breakfast. It makes a fantastic afternoon snack to beat that 3 p.m. slump, or even a light and healthy dessert after dinner. Because you made it yourself, you know exactly what's in it, no weird ingredients or tons of sugar. It's simple, it's delicious, and it's good for you. So give it a try. I promise, once you see how easy and yummy it is, this recipe will become a staple in your kitchen. Now go make some pudding.